To Organized Planner Chic. I'm Lucinda, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so and select the bell for notifications. Well, first, I want to thank all my Patreon members who help make it possible to create videos like this. So I am not at home, I'm in Iceland, so I'm just going to show you. I hope it comes up on the screen. All of my awesome Patreon members. Thank you guys so much. And if you're interested in supporting me on Patreon, just go to patreon.com/organizedplannerchic. Okay, you guys, I am in Iceland. And hi, whoever's watching right now, let me know in the comments and the live chat. I'm in Iceland right now and I'm on Wi-Fi for the hotel, so hopefully it will work out really well. It feels really bright right now. I'm trying to see if I can make it a lot so bright for you guys, but I just can't. I'm not at home. I can't adjust the lighting very well. Oh, you know what? Maybe this light off will work a little. That's a little bit better. All right. So, hey, you guys, it's been so awesome. I'm not going to keep you super long because it is 11 o'clock p.m. today, right now in Iceland. Hey, Billy, how are you? It's so good to see you guys. My voice is kind of feeling weird right now, but I don't know if it's because I'm tired or what. But I wanted to tell you how things have been going in Iceland and kind of show you how I have worked in my traveler's notebook for the trip. In a future video, I will flip through the inserts in their entirety because everything for um, Vegas is completed. All that's done. And then I've done quite a bit since we've been here in Iceland. So on our trip, you guys can see there, on our trip, we started in Phoenix and then we flew to Seattle. And so here is Mount Rainier. There, we took a picture right outside of the window at the airport. And my son and I are right here waiting in the airport. We had maybe 2.5 hour layover there in Seattle. So that's what happened there. So we went from Phoenix to Seattle, about a 3 hour layover. And then we went from um, Seattle to New York. And so these are the days for our trip to June the 12th through the 19th. And so we flew to New York. And then New York, we had a super long layover. So we got in early, actually, at like 5:30 in the morning. And then our flight to go from New York to Iceland didn't start until 8:30 p.m. So we got in New York at 5:30 in the morning, and then we didn't leave until 8:30 p.m. Yeah. So I do have in the pocket here, right here, I have where I just decorated this, and says I read the Bible. And so I wrote down what my Bible reading was supposed to be while I was gone. It's probably blurry for you guys. And that's inside this pocket right there. And then when we turn that page, and you guys will be able to see this better when I flip through the entire thing, when it's all done, both of the inserts. Okay, so then when we got to New York, we rode a train. So I have the train ticket is on another page, so I'll show you that. We rode a train because the air train, whatever, was not open. And so we had to take a bus to the Jamaica train. And then we took that train, I think, to Philadelphia station. And I can't remember what. But this is just a picture of the New York City Metro sign. And I printed all these pictures in my HP Sprocket. So that's a picture of the Metro sign. And then my son and I walked and took trains and the subway forever. And we were walking, you guys, we were walking with our carry-on bag and our personal items. So I have my carry-on bag, my backpack full of stuff, my blanket, my neck pillow, and my purse. And we were walking up and down stairs, which I have really bad knees, to get down to the subway. We were walking. I had my knee braces on, which I always do. I never can do anything without those. And then we were walking up hills and streets, and it was really hard on my body. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But we did spend time in Times Square. So that's us right here, sitting down on steps in Times Square. And then right here was a really neat statue of a priest who served in different military actions. He was a chaplain, and he got like 3 different distinguished military medals. Oh, thank you, Billy, for saying he looks like me. He's a cutie. He is very, very handsome. Thank you so much. And so then in here, in one of my pockets here, I have um, the Metro card. Let me get that out of there. So this is the Metro card, which I put in a pocket. I didn't tape it or glue it in there because there's actually still some money in there, and it expires in 2023. So you never know, I might be back to New York between now and 2023. So that's inside there. And then I'm using a little magnetic bookmark to hold it in place. And then here is a postcard for Times Square. I also got a baseball cap. That's posted in pictures that you'll see that here in a second too, but I posted pictures on my community tab and on Instagram, and some on my Facebook groups too. So I'm sorry you can't see what I'm doing. I'm trying to put this magnetic clip back on here because it's hard to reach it in the pocket. So what am I doing right now? Trying not to drop it. It'll just take me a second. Okay, so then that's back in there. All right, and then we turn the page. Oh, that's not how I wanted that. One second, you guys. Thank you for your patience. Okay, that's secure now. Okay, so then we we got there really early, like I said, but we had to wait to take the shuttle and the buses and all that stuff to get to, really parts of the city. And my son got a Starbucks, got some coffee. I went into a Whole Foods and washed up, and brushed my teeth and all of that. And then we went, sat down and waited, spent some time there in Times Square, and then we walked over to, or rode somehow, we got over to Central Park, and then we met up with my niece, who is right here. So there's my niece and my son sitting together in Central Park. She goes to the Culinary Institute of America. Diamond, she's so beautiful and smart. And there I am. There's my cap right here that I bought at Walgreens in New York. It says New York. It's really pretty. It's got lots of pink in it, and New York is embroidered. It's really pretty. So this was the ticket for us to go to take the train. I think it was the train from Jamaica Station to Philadelphia Street, or Philadelphia Station. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think that's right. And this is just the bottom of that ticket. I just cut it off so it would fit under there. And then this is, so remember, hey Joyce, how are you doing, girly girl? My trip is going so awesome, but I gotta tell y'all a couple of snafus too. Now I can't see your whole comment. Let me see if I know what to click on because it disappeared. Let me see if this will show your comment. Yeah, it does. Okay, so you said you hope my trip is going, having a great time, love the pictures. Oh, thank you so much. Yes. Okay, let's see if I can get back to what I'm looking at because I'm not used to streaming on my phone. Okay, I don't know how to make the words disappear, but maybe they'll come off. There they go, they faded. Okay, so I can see what I'm doing. So remember we went from we went from Phoenix to Seattle, just a 3-hour layover, just about. And then from Seattle to New York with a super, super long layover. And then this is just a picture of me sitting in there in Central Park. And you guys, and I'll talk about this in a moment, but I have dark circles under my eyes. My daughter does too. Both of us struggle with anemia, and I think that has to do with it, and my aunt does as well. And then the older I get, the darker they seem to get. And so but you don't notice it as much when I wear my glasses. But if I'm wearing my glasses and there's a lot of shadow, or it's a darker area, then then you can see it a little bit more. Like you can kind of see it here in this picture with Diamond, that it's darker. So and I don't mind going to the store and stuff without makeup on. I don't wear makeup every day. I normally do in my videos. I don't have any makeup on right now, and you can't really tell as much. You can see it though, definitely, because the shadows and it's dark and it's like that, just this like raccoon eyes. But I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in a second. But I like this picture of me with no makeup on. I'm wearing my glasses, but it's a bright area and it doesn't shadow as much. So I just like that picture, so I put it in there. Okay, so then we went from New York to, we flew on Iceland Air. And on the airport in Seattle, no, the airport in Phoenix and the airport in Seattle, no, because I didn't have to go back through it. Sorry. The airport in Phoenix and the airport in New York, because you have to run your bags and everything through again when you're flying internationally. I had on jeans, and I wear knee braces, and normally I can, if I'm wearing some looser pants or something, they can lift it up and do the wand thing and check my brace. But I was wearing jeans and I couldn't, so I had to do a private screening, take off my pants, take off my braces, and run them through the machine. Now, years ago, I used to always do that. I'm not years ago, but up until maybe a year ago, I would always take off my brace in the bathroom near the security checkpoint, and then I would stand in line, but it would be painful, depending on how long the line was, and that whole process of not having my braces on to support my knees would just be a lot more painful, and I would struggle. And then I decided I'm too old now, and it hurts too much now for me to be doing that. And so I was like, fine, I'll stand here and undress, and at least I'm right here. I don't have to stand in line without the braces on. But that's just kind of how it is. Anyway, and then so that insert is completely finished, and like I said, I'll walk you through the entire traveler's notebook from the very front, everything I had to take with me on the flight to fly during the pandemic to Iceland and all of Las Vegas. I'll walk through all that and this next insert as I complete it. So there's nothing physically in the next insert yet because I haven't finished decorating, but I want to tell you about what we've done, and I want to show you pictures. So I can't show you the pictures from this cell phone that I normally use, that I'm streaming on, but my old phone that I normally film my videos on, I can show you some video clips and some photos. So I'm just going to move this to the kind of the order that they hit. What I did is I took pictures from the phone that I'm filming on. If it was a picture, I took a picture of a picture, but if it was a video, then I'm just going to show you a little bit of clips from that, kind of in the order that things occurred. So I'm getting to the front. All right, so this is just a little bit of the countryside. Let me turn the volume down. Let me see. I'm listening to my son's music. Let me turn the volume all the way down, and then you don't have to hear all that. No, wait a minute. There we go. Okay, let me move that back. Okay, so this is... Okay, Lucinda, what are you doing? Hit the right button, girl. Okay, I promise I'm going to be there, and just here we go. Okay, so there is some of the beautiful countryside and my son singing to his music. Okay, then there's a couple more countryside videos. There's lots of different mountains shaped different ways. I didn't get pictures of the really flat ones because when we were coming back the other direction, the sun was in the way. See, there's some right there, and some right here. the sky, I just wanted you to see how pretty the sky is, and it always looks gorgeous. There's so many beautiful clouds and it's different shades. Okay, look at that. So pretty, isn't it? All right. Oh, I think I had a lot of, yeah, I moved the camera around. You can see a lot of it there. So that's what we did the first day that we got there. We had to wait. We had to take a COVID test, even though we had already had the vaccine. Then when you get into town, if you already have the vaccine, you got to show your proof of your card and then you take a test there. If you don't already have the vaccine, you have to take a test at home. And then you also have to take a test when you come in and you have to wait like 5 days. But if you already have the vaccine, you only have to wait. You take a test. I'm sorry, you only have to take the test when you get at the airport, and it only takes about 5 hours to get the results. So then, um, trying to get to stuff that I really want to show you. Okay, I think that's the last part of the countryside as we were driving. So we had to wait 5 hours. I only had to wait like 3 hours, but my son's test for some reason took like 5 hours. And then what did we do first? We went, I went to a thrift store. It was a Salvation Army thrift store here. We went to a shopping area. They have H&M here, which I don't shop fast fashion, but my son needed some jeans, so he went there. I got jeans at the thrift store because it's cold here all the time. I mean, it's like it never really gets higher than 60 something degrees. And so, and it's been like 40s, 50s. I don't think it might have gotten up to 60 since we've been here. You get kind of used to it. I had a sweater and a jacket and a hoodie, but I didn't have long jeans. I had capri jeans, and so I bought some thrift store jeans. And we went to the grocery store, and everything is more expensive here. So the food we bought would probably be about $30 worth of food at home. That was $60. Yes, like a pair of socks. I was gonna buy a pair of socks, and they were like 16.50. I was like, it's a pair of socks. But the H&M prices are typical of what you would pay in the US. The sales and everything are really cheap. All that was cheap. That was totally cheap. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's H&M. I don't know. But like I had vegan, two vegan tacos for a meal, and they were $16.50. And I was like, what? They were good, but okay. And then we went to this place, which, and I know it's in Icelandic, but it's where it's believed that they call it's called the Althingi, where the Nordic people um, started the very first parliament ever was in Iceland, and this is the area that it happened. Isn't that beautiful? So absolutely gorgeous. So it's a national park. That's a clearer picture. Yeah. And just gorgeous. And then in this, and some of those pictures where they believe that they stood, I put on Instagram and on my community tab, where it shows his this opening where they believe they all stood, and my son was kind of walking around there. And then they have these areas where these little pockets have formed with the water. It's like little pools. It's really pretty. And there's one right there. The landscape is just really gorgeous. See that little pool right there? And then that's all that I have, um, that I could take a picture of. Okay, so that's basically what we did the first day. Is we went, and we had to wait 5 hours for quarantine, or up to 5 hours. Our hotel person brought us breakfast to our room for us while we quarantined. Then we went to the shopping area. My son got jeans. I shopped at a thrift store. We went and bought groceries. And I think that's all that we did. And then man, I have more pictures that I wanted to show you guys, but I think they're all on this on this phone. So, but that'll be part of the video when I finish with everything. And so then yesterday is when we went, where you saw we went to the All Thingy place that had the beautiful water, and there's rock formations, and then we went to this area that has, and I probably can't make it show up well from that phone for you guys to see right now, but there's a lot of volcanic activity here. And so when we drove toward the Althingi area, you could see pockets of gas or steam, you know, from volcanic activity coming up out of the ground. And then every now and then there'd be a really big pocket that would just shoot up. And I did not catch that on film, but that was really, really cool. And then we went to, now I cannot think where else we went. It'll come to me later up in the video. And then in the final video. And then today we drove um, to a what's called the Blue Lagoon, and the Blue Lagoon is known as well, it's considered a hot spring, but it's not really technically a hot spring. So it's where they used extract geothermal energy from the earth, and then they use water to turn the turbines to create the energy, and then that water process releases this steam, and then you know the water, excess water flows and it's steam and all that. And so they've created this hot spring out of that, basically runoff from generating the energy. And then you can go and check that out. You can be a part, have that spa experience. So we went, we bought the package where you get a robe and flip-flops, and you go in all the water, and then there's different stations in the water. There's a station for where you can get a drink. I got a green smoothie that was delicious. Oh, it had like banana and mango and spinach, and I can't remember what else. I think some citrus, but it was really good. So I got that. And then we had an area where they get skincare. So we got this really thick clay that we put on first, and then after that you let that stay on a certain amount of time, and then they gave you this other thing. I don't remember what it was. The first one was really, really brown. The other one was a white creamy stuff, and then there was one other last phase of that. And then they had a sauna and a steam room. And so my son and I went to the sauna, then went to the steam room, and it was really too hot for me in the steam room. So I was coming out, and there's steps and ramps and everywhere. And I was coming out, and I put my foot down on, and the ramp was underwater, and I put my foot down to start walking under the water on the ramp, and I slipped. It was slippery. I don't know how, but it was slippery, and I slipped, and I scraped up the side of my right thigh. It's all scraped up. I have blood all on me. Got blood on the robe, and I have a little scrape on my under my wrist, right wrist, and a little bit, just a little bruise on my left arm, and then my knee is banged up some. My left knee, not bad, and yeah. Thank you so much, Joyce. Yeah, I know, Billy, right? And so they helped me, and I mean, and I was able to walk and everything. And they took me, and the lady sprayed this kind of antibiotic spray that also puts a coating on. It's like a clear Band-Aid, and it won't wash off right away when you take a shower. It won't wash off. It takes a couple of days to kind of wear off, and they gave me extra for that too to put on. Hey, how are you doing, Shan's bro? Thank you. Thank you for coming in today. And so, yeah, so that happened. And then the other thing was they took pictures. And so I didn't want to have to worry about taking care of my locks. So I had my hair and this stocking thing. And then I had this cap that can hold the stocking with all my locks. Um, and it has a bill on it. And so remember I was talking earlier about the dark circles under my eyes, which, are just there. And, but I didn't have glasses. They said, you don't want to wear your glasses out here because there's something about the water in it, that process, that can damage them. So I was like, oh, I won't wear my glasses. But then when they took pictures, and my son had somebody take pictures, and I saw how I looked, I was so like, wow. because because you couldn't see my hair. Thank you so much. Oh, you're so sweet, because there's no hair, it's just a cap. So then, you're really focused on a person's face when you don't have anything else to look at. And then I didn't have my glasses to cover up any darkness. And I just looked, to me, I don't even know what word I mean, sad, really. Even when I smiled, I look sad. It's just so, and don't get me wrong, I don't have it. I don't want anyone to misinterpret what I'm saying. I don't have an issue with skin color in any way, shape, or form. If you've ever watched my video about, well, I didn't really talk about that, but I don't have an issue with having any dark skin. I have an issue with not having a face that's all one color. Choose a color face, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was pretty disappointed. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to share those pictures or maybe do a before and after, because or if I just accept that that's just kind of the way it is. I mean, I always wear concealer when I'm wearing makeup, but of course I'm not wearing makeup, so that is one thing. I'm doing this live today with no makeup on whatsoever, and you can see the darkness, and that's kind of the way it is. So that's what we did. So tomorrow morning, I'm missing something that we did, and I can't think of what else we went to see besides that national park that we went to yesterday. That is so crazy. I don't know. Maybe I did see it. Now I can't think of it. But anyway, tomorrow we have to go in the morning. We're going to leave around 9 to get our PCR test. It's our test for COVID that we have to to be able to enter the U.S. again. So we have to have it within 72 hours. Today was the day that we originally had booked it, but we were going to, because we couldn't get in to change it, but we were going to the Blue Lagoon, so we didn't do it today. So tomorrow we have to get there early and have that test so that it's in time for us to be able to go back into the United States. We have to have a test, which we actually had to pay for. So when we came into Iceland, we did not have to pay for the test because we already had our vaccinations, had our card. It was free for us to get that test that would come in within 5 hours or less. But to go back into the country, we have to pay to go back into the U.S., which we had to do that in advance, and we pay that. We have this barcode, and which was in a text this time and not in an email. So I need to figure that out, because if I don't have a signal in the airport, I can't access that barcode. So I need to work that out and see if I can figure out a way to print it, or I can click it and screenshot it. Duh. Make sure I do that tonight. So then after that, I asked my son, because he's been planning our activities, what else are we going to do? Because we're still here all day Wednesday, all day Thursday, and we leave, I think, at 5 p.m. on Friday, and then we get back to Phoenix on 11 a.m., something like that, on Saturday. So I said, what are we going to do tomorrow after we do our test? And he said, whatever you want to do. So I don't know what I want to do. Oh, I do know. I want to go into this really awesome, famous church that's really close to where we're staying. And it's got Viking information on it, which I love. Viking history and culture. If you didn't know, I've watched every single YouTube documentary, short film, whatever, on Vikings, on Nordic history. I've watched some other things that aren't on YouTube as well. And so I want to go. There's also, and there's a museum here called the Saga Museum. So I want to go to that. And then I don't know what else. Yeah. But that's everything that's happened so far, you guys. I think I'm going to try to do another live, but I'm not positive. It'll just depend on how things go. But hopefully I'll do another live, and no matter what, whether I get another live done before we leave or not, then next week I'm going to do a comprehensive video that, is overhead video where you're looking right at my traveler's notebook. Everything's all completed, and I can share everything with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this live video. I'm so glad I didn't lose connectivity. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. and comment and subscribe and share. If you're watching it later, you can still comment. You can still do live chat while you're watching. Otherwise, you comment after it ends. And then I have 2 Facebook groups. The one for anyone around the world is called Organized Planner Chic Crew. And there we do giveaways and we try to stay in touch with posts just about every day. And then the local group is called Phoenix Planner Friends for Christ. And there we meet in person once a month. I didn't schedule a meeting together in person this month because I knew I was going to be going to Iceland. I had to get ready to go. And then I got stuff to do when I get back. Thank you, John. Hey, that's my friend John. I am so glad, John, that you commented on here because I forgot to send you a notice to wish you happy birthday. I know your birthday was recently. So happy birthday. You guys be sure and check out my friend John's YouTube channel. It's Planning with John. He's also on Instagram, Planning with John, and he's just an incredible, wonderful, loving person, and he loves Traveler's Notebooks just like I do. So be sure and check him out. And then if you are interested in supporting me on Patreon, just go to patreon.com/organizedplannerchic. And until next time, everyone, happy planning. Now let's see if I can figure out how to not be live now on my phone, because I really don't know. Ah. I am, John. Thank you so much. Do you happen to know how I end this live? Maybe I hit the close button. Yes.